Burkina Faso launches its first pharmaceutical production plant and national construction company. This is a game changer for Africa. Welcome to a historic moment in Africa's quest for self-reliance. Today, we're diving into a monumental event. Burkina Faso has just launched its first pharmaceutical production plant. What does this mean for the country, the region, and even the continent? Stay tuned as we break it all down. Did you know that over 70% of Africa's pharmaceutical products are imported? Burkina Faso, like many African nations, has relied heavily on foreign countries for its medicine. But that's changing today. The launch of Burkina Faso's first pharmaceutical production plant is a major step toward reducing this dependency and securing the country's medical future. It's more than just a factory. It's a symbol of hope and self-sufficiency. But how did we get here? For decades, Burkina Faso faced significant challenges in healthcare access. With a population of over 22 million, the demand for medicine and healthcare services has skyrocketed. However, a limited local industry meant the country was at the mercy of global supply chains that were disrupted during the COVID-19 pandemic, highlighting Africa's vulnerability. Global crises like pandemics, political instability, and economic pressures showed us all the dangers of relying too heavily on external sources for something as critical as medicine. But Burkina Faso wasn't going to sit back and let these challenges continue.
The Council of Ministers adopted two reports from the department responsible for industry and commerce. The first report is a decree establishing a mixed economy company called the Management Company of the Integrated Pharmaceutical Technopole of Kokologo. As you know, our country imports about 99% of its needs in pharmaceutical products, estimated at over 130 billion CFA francs for medications alone. This raises concerns about the availability and accessibility of quality products, leading the highest state authorities to instruct that efforts be made to realize this significant project. The creation of the Integrated Pharmaceutical Technopole of Kokologo. This will be an industrial zone extending over approximately 78 hectares, dedicated to research, development, entrepreneurial, and industrial production of pharmaceutical products in our country, to make them accessible and available as high-quality products. The mixed economy company created to oversee the realization of this important industrial infrastructure has a share capital set at 5 billion CFA francs, of which 98% is held by the state and 2% by private entities. The second report pertains to a decree defining the criteria for granting performance bonuses within state-owned enterprises and public social security institutions. The head of state initiated strong decision-making aimed at rationalizing the costs and expenses observed in public state entities to free up savings that can be invested in establishing basic social infrastructures for the well-being of citizens. The observed fact is that concerning the performance bonuses granted in public enterprises, there was no real framework governing these bonuses, resulting in disparities from one entity to another in terms of the amounts allocated and the number of months of bonuses granted to staff. The adoption of this decree now allows for the definition of harmonized and unique criteria for all public entities regarding performance bonuses. From now on, performance bonuses are only possible in the case of positive results that allow for covering prior negative carryovers and are capped at not exceeding 10% of the payroll and 15% of the net result realized by the given entity. The implementation of this decree will result in savings of approximately 4.2 billion CFA francs, which, as I indicated, will be reinvested in the realization of social infrastructure to improve the well-being and living conditions of the people.
Under the leadership of President Ibrahim Traoré and with support from international partners, the vision for a pharmaceutical plant was born. This wasn't just about making medicine. It was about making Burkina Faso a leader in healthcare innovation. From securing funding to building state-of-the-art facilities, this journey took years of planning, collaboration, and dedication. And today, it's a reality. So, how will it work? The plant is equipped to produce a range of essential medicines, from antibiotics to treatments for chronic diseases like diabetes and hypertension. According to the Burkina Faso Ministry of Health, the plant will initially focus on producing generic drugs at lower costs, ensuring they're affordable for the average citizen. This is a huge win for Burkina Faso's healthcare system, as it will not only cut down on the high cost of imported drugs, but also provide much-needed jobs to the local population. But Burkina Faso's pharmaceutical plant is not just about Burkina Faso. This initiative is set to have a ripple effect across the region. Neighboring countries like Mali, Niger, and Ivory Coast could potentially benefit from lower-cost, locally produced medicine. In fact, there are already talks about regional partnerships to expand production capacity. If successful, this could lead to more pharmaceutical plants across West Africa, boosting the region's healthcare autonomy. Of course, there are challenges ahead. While the plant is a groundbreaking achievement, the issue of raw material sourcing remains. Much of the raw material used for pharmaceuticals still comes from outside Africa. However, there's already talk of exploring local resources and innovations to close this gap. But with every challenge comes opportunity. This plant is a symbol of Burkina Faso's ability to innovate and adapt, showing the world that Africa is ready to be a player on the global stage. Looking ahead, Burkina Faso's first pharmaceutical plant is just the beginning. It marks a pivotal shift towards self-reliance, not only for Burkina Faso, but for the entire African continent. Imagine a future where African nations no longer have to wait on external forces to solve their healthcare crises, but instead lead the charge in medical innovation and production. But that's not all. Burkina Faso isn't just focusing on its pharmaceutical industry. Recently, the country also launched its own national construction company, taking yet another step towards self-reliance and economic transformation. Burkina Faso's construction company is set to revolutionize how the country builds its future. This new initiative isn't just about erecting buildings, it's about creating infrastructure that will drive the country's economic and social growth. So, why the sudden push for a national construction company? The answer is simple: control, efficiency, and sustainability. In the past, much of Burkina Faso's infrastructure development relied on foreign contractors, which often led to high costs, delays, and misaligned priorities. By creating a national construction company, the government can now ensure that projects are completed on time, within budget, and with the specific needs of Burkinabe people in mind. Now let's talk about the impact this company will have. The construction company's initial focus will be on critical infrastructure: roads, bridges, hospitals, and housing developments, projects that are vital for connecting communities and boosting economic activity. One of the company's most ambitious projects is the development of new hospitals and clinics across rural areas. This aligns perfectly with the recent launch of the pharmaceutical plant, creating a full-circle approach to improving healthcare in the country. What's also exciting is how this company is empowering local workers and businesses. By prioritizing local talent, the construction company is creating jobs for thousands of Burkinabe workers, skilled engineers, architects, laborers, and suppliers. This initiative is giving people the opportunity to gain valuable skills, earn a stable income, and contribute to their country's growth in a tangible way. It's more than just a job, it's a source of national pride. In addition to boosting employment, the construction company is also championing sustainable development. Future projects will incorporate eco-friendly building techniques such as the use of solar panels, energy-efficient designs, and locally sourced materials to minimize environmental impact. Burkina Faso's goal is clear: to not only build, but to build sustainably. These efforts are crucial in the fight against climate change, especially in the Sahel region, where the effects of environmental degradation are being felt firsthand. With the launch of both its pharmaceutical plant and national construction company, Burkina Faso is setting a bold example for African nations. This is more than just industrial growth. It's a comprehensive strategy aimed at achieving self-sufficiency across multiple sectors. By taking control of its infrastructure, healthcare, and economy, Burkina Faso is proving that African nations can break free from external dependencies and build their future from the ground up. Burkina Faso is not just constructing buildings or producing medicine, it's constructing a new narrative for itself, one of innovation, self-reliance, and resilience. These initiatives are setting the stage for a brighter, healthier, and more prosperous future for all Burkinabe. So what does this mean for the people of Burkina Faso and West Africa? It means more affordable medicine, better access to health care, and most importantly, the power to control their own destiny. This pharmaceutical plant is more than just bricks and machinery. It's a symbol of hope for a healthier, more self-sufficient Africa. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more on the future of geopolitics. And if you want to stay updated on the amazing transformations happening in Africa, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Together, let's follow Burkina Faso's journey as it builds a better tomorrow. See you in the next one.